Let's talk my balanced approach to taking profits in my day trades, but I should also note this can be used for your swing trading too. I'll just be walking you through an actual day trading example, but again, can totally be used for swing trading. Now, real quick, I'm not making a claim that this is a perfect, magical, holy grail system. Those don't exist. My claim is that this is something that should highly be considered because when you're using this balanced approach, you're going to be accomplishing some key things that all traders need to accomplish. And the key thing that all traders need to accomplish and be focused on is risk management. Now, I understand, what are you talking about risk management? I thought this was a video about taking profits. And you're right. But when you take profits in a certain way, you're actually able to also do yourself a very big service in terms of controlling risk. So let's go to my desktop and let me start to walk you through this phase of the trade. Now I am in the trade and I have built up a position here. The price has gone sideways and is now starting to turn itself upwards. And a couple other key details here. You can see that my average price of the contracts, now I am trading options, but that's irrelevant because this can be applied to anything you're trading, stocks, bonds, cryptos, futures, anything. But my average price is at $28 and let's just call it 40 cents per contract. And then down here, you can see, let's call it my risk management take profit. So my risk management take profit is right here at $28.50. So not very high above what my average price is right now at $28.40. Now a valid question is, Clay, what's the point? You're gonna take profits that quick? The price just goes in your favor and then 10 cents later, you're gonna take some profits? Yeah, I am. Because think about what's that's accomplishing from, again, a risk management point of view. First off, it's managing risk via simply, I am putting some money in my pocket. Not a lot of money, but it is money. Second, it's accomplishing it in a much more important way. It is reducing my position size. Because remember, the bigger your position size, the bigger risk you have. Now, yes, there's more reward too, but nonetheless, bigger position size, bigger risk. Therefore, if I can reduce position size, I am reducing risk. And again, the underlying dynamic here is I'm also putting some money in my pocket. So the first way that I would encourage you to consider taking those profits is let's focus on making sure you have your risk under control at all times. Now I'm gonna get this video rolling, but just continue to watch that order right there. And if that turns to green, that means that my order has been filled. So let's get the video rolling and let's see how this plays out. So need it to come up a bit more. So right there, I have been filled. So quickly to reiterate, I've put some money in my pocket, my position size has gone down, and those two ways have now started to reduce my risk. But also to note, at this point, it could still very well be a losing trade because maybe the price comes back down and I gotta get out of the trade. But at least at this point, I'll be able to say, well, good, I'm glad I put some money in my pocket and I'm glad I reduced my position size. So just because I've started to take profit right now is not guaranteeing that I'm gonna make money overall on the trade, but it is reducing my risk. So let's continue on with the trade, and I wanna point something out here. So at this point, I am looking to still scale out more, but notice these orders here. 29.40, 29.30, 29.80. So I'm looking for it to go more so in my favor. I'm looking now for the price to get much more so up above that average price. But like I said, you got to give it a chance. You got to let it come up. You got to give it some room. But that's why I did want to take that one off, because that at least has controlled the risk via what I've talked about. So that's what it is right now. Does the price want to come up and hit me at those locations? And right there, I have canceled those orders out. Because as I watch, I'm thinking, okay, that's starting to move, and you can see the price is dropping down slightly. So I'm now thinking, all right, maybe I need to do a little bit more focus now on risk control. So you can see right here, I have once again put in another 28.50. Why? Well, because as you saw, it was going up, and now I'm wondering, is this thing gonna roll back over? Now, I'm not for sure that's gonna happen, which is why I'm not gonna exit out of the entire position. But I am acknowledging that that could very well happen. So you know what? Let me try to once again manage that risk via putting that order out there. So again, continue to watch that white order, and if it goes green, then it has been filled. So right here, you can see I add in another one, because now things are starting to get a little sketchy in my mind. Not totally sketchy. If they were totally sketchy, I would be out. But I do throw in another order out there, this time at 28.80. So a little bit more in the profit, but still nothing huge. So we'll continue to watch. And this is exactly why. Right now, look at this. Not looking so good. Now, is there any reason that I need to completely hop out? There's not that, but there is a reason of, okay, I got to move upwards. I'm glad I could take off 2 of those contracts, but now things are looking like maybe a little sketchy. So if it does come back up here, I want to be ready for it. So you can see it starts to turn itself around here a bit. And I should note that I had to wait for a little bit because I paused the video at the time. So that was another candle that I had to wait for him, but I'm now starting to move back upwards. But still, again, my mind is focused on, okay, let me manage that risk a little bit more. So you can see that one turned to green. And now watch this one. So I was able to manage risk a bit more. And right there, that one has now turned to green. So at this phase, I'm feeling good. Not as good as I would have been because, of course, I would have preferred where after I sold those first 2, then the price would have went right then and there because then I could have done a different approach to taking profit. But it didn't for the reasons I discussed, so I needed to throw out a few more and to manage that risk. But now I've managed the risk. I've controlled the risk. How so? Well, I've locked that much more money in my pocket, but I've reduced the position size by that much more. But now we move into what I would consider the fun taking profit. And this taking profit is you're just after pure profit. You're not looking to manage risk anymore. You're looking to get that price going more in your favor. And you're looking to, well, have fun as you take those. Because if you start to, if you're able to sell at these levels, well, that means you're making good quality money. Again, those first couple, I was barely making anything, but it wasn't the point. But now at this phase, if you're able to sell, that means you're making good quality money. Those gains start to really add up. So the risk is now controlled. Once again, could this be a losing trade still? Yes, it could. But it's going to be a much different losing trade because my risk has been controlled via this first phase, this first part of the approach. But now this secondary approach, we're after pure profits. So let's see how this goes. So let me pause it now. Remember my average when it was 28.40? Well, now we're well over $1. Well over $1 into the profit now. So this is what I mean by these. This is where it gets fun. So right there, first one out now is at 30.80. So that is $2 into the green now. Do another one there, and this was my error. Got a little trigger happy, and I took myself out of the trade there. So for another 30.80. So this one here was a mistake, but I had all of these here very much so in the profit. And when you do that, the gains add up very quickly, which put $1,690 in my pocket. Now, you are absolutely right with the critique. Yeah, but Clay, had you not done those risk management taking profit phase, then that would have been even bigger because you could have sold that many more up in that higher region. And you're right, but that is hindsight because what happens if the price had actually gone down? Then I'd be sitting here saying, oh, why did I get greedy? Why did I not reduce my position size and put a little profit in my pocket when I had the chance? So it's always a catch-22 in hindsight, depending on what happens. So, but in this situation, you saw a balanced approach, and I would encourage you to do the same. In that first phase, that first part of the approach, let's take profit, but in a risk management way. And then once you get that behind you, you can go the fun way and start to really focus on just taking profit in a let's see how much money we can make type of way. So I hope this helps. If there's any questions, please leave those down below. But trading is all about risk management. Trading is all about that balance. And when you do this, when you're focused on risk management, you can have those situations where, yeah, sure, maybe in hindsight, you're a little upset. But in those situations where the price ultimately goes against you, you're going to be thinking, I'm glad I put some profit in my pocket where I did, and I'm glad I reduced that position size. So like I said, I hope this helps. Let me know if you have any questions down below. If you have any other sorts of ideas or if you enjoy these types of videos, also let me know down below. I'm always looking for suggestions and ideas, so I would love to hear from you. But yeah, get out there and take profits in a balanced way. First off, thanks so much for watching the entire video. Real quick, before you go, I want to invite you to a live webinar, web class, training, workshop, online event whatever you want to call it, but it will be me live revealing to you what I've discovered that has allowed me to transform myself from being an employee to being my own boss, including how I had only one losing day out of 73 days in total. I'm going to cover 3 keys that have helped me unlock profitable consistency within the markets. The first key is super weird, but in a productive type of way. The second key is super awesome because it quite literally is wired into our DNA as humans, making it very easy to use. But in a cruel way, this becomes a pitfall for many traders. I'll explain it all though, including how to avoid the pitfall that it creates for some. And yeah, the third key, when you hear it, sounds way too good to be true, but it's not, and I'll show you how it all works. Then at the end, I open it up for a question and answer session that is, again, totally live. Even if you can't make the live session, please still sign up as it will be recorded, and you can go back and watch the replay that I will send you. Click the image on the screen or click the link down in the description box so you can get the date and time and claim your spot, which I should note is limited due to the fact that this truly is a live event. If you have any questions, let me know. If not, I'll be seeing you soon.